Hi, welcome back to my channel. Antoinette here. I'm going to do my November wrap-ups, so we'll try and keep it sweet, but do you know what? These have been going on, and I can't promise that. So grab a cup of tea, sit yourself down, put me on 2 times speed, and hopefully we'll get done in half the time. How's that? There's a wrap. Let's go. Starting with, as always, my daily pulls, my daily reflections. They go into my moon diaries, which I get from the Flickering Cauldron, and these are available from their Etsy shop. And they do post around the world. So if you go to Etsy, type in Flickering Cauldron Moon Diary 2024, and you'll get this along with the wall calendar that they have. And this is, the run has been done. So once they're sold out, they're sold out. So yeah, get yourself over and get some. I know she's still got some left, probably about 20% of stock left. Can't guarantee, obviously post England, hello. Can't guarantee these are going to arrive where they need to get to, shipping and the way the world plays for the 1st of January, but they will arrive just after January, I'm pretty sure, if they don't arrive before. So yeah, if you want one, get yourself one. But just bear that in mind, because I think if we haven't ordered stuff by the middle of December these days, there's no way it's getting to where we want it to get to. So quick flip, I have done a walkthrough of this one. This one is about fairies and all things kind of playful and fun. There's loads of gorgeous like fairy tea recipes and things in here, which I can't wait to have a go and play with. You've got your budget pages in this one still, which many of you know I don't really use these. I use this just to track like my wish lists. You have your notes pages, and I believe we've still got the new moon and full moon desires, wishes, intentions, whatever you want to do here, plans for those. And lots of the other bits of information that always come with these diaries, and it doesn't really repeat itself. Even the artwork is different for what you've got, and the information that they add and attach to the moons, and the recipes they put in for in bulk and all the other Sabbats. They give us a new recipe. Obviously, there's only so many. I should imagine at some point they'll cycle back round. But yeah, so all the good stuff is in here. That's just your reminder. If you want one, you need to get yourself off to Etsy to get yourself one. So here we go. I have tabbed mine. So I bought these on Amazon. I've tabbed it up. We're into December. Just come out in November. My practice has been going awry for a couple of months. Those of you following will know that. So theme is here. Lots of days missed for my daily pulls. I'll talk about the whys later. But as a general, coming into this, so we had the herb is vervain. I have that, which I use for tea. So keeping a sprig on your person, I don't know if any of you know this, helps to protect you against hexes and spells cast against you. You can use vervain bundles to cast your magic circle by dipping in holy water and sprinkling. I quite like the sound of that, like even if you want to cast a protection circle around yourself. I quite like that. That sounds really like a little sweet thing to be able to do for yourself. Mix in and add to your prosperity and money spells to bring good luck, and adding vervain to your ritual cup during the Sabbats and Esbats in thanks. So lots of things that you can do with vervain. More than just ward off vampires, right? For the Salvatore lovers out there. We have the Healing Dragon, and Yellow Topaz is the crystal. I was about to say star sign then. Hence the pause. And then you can see, so working through, I went to use a deck and it didn't want to talk to me, so I ended up changing to another deck, and then a deck I wasn't planning on using popped into use, and I ended up with like a weird kind of like daily thing that I was doing with them when I say daily, when I came around to doing it. We had the Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, which is a thing here as well. I can't remember the actual name of it now. Is it All Saints Day? All Souls Day, 1st of November. It's probably actually written right in front of me, but I know obviously this specific saying is from another continent. And we have lots of information about that as well. We've got some elemental traditional bits going on. We had the November new moon. What have we got here? Oh, yep, I did a YouTube video. So where I didn't do things, I was doing something else. So we've got YouTube videos. The dark full moon in November. Did anyone feel the energies this month? It was very weird for me, I tell you. I was feeling all sorts of weird stuff, but basically since September. So I'm not sure what planet went where in September, but it's dancing on my grave, let me tell you. So we have the dark moon, and then we have this moon water that you could make. And there's a lovely recipe here using mint, rosemary, and lemon juice. And it gives you like information you can do with that. And we had the moon bath bombs. I do like making bath scents. So I have salts, which I make from Epsom salts, and I have lots of petals I dry out throughout the year from the garden that I throw in for that kind of luxurious element, and then different oils depending on what I want. And sometimes I'll add, I'll pop into like a little sock or a bag, a little baggy thing, some oats to give it that creamy texture in the water as well, you know, that goddess feel. So there's some things that I do. I mean, you could also put, or you know, if you get a big one of those like reusable bags with a drawstring on top, you could put everything into the bag so there's no mess. But I don't know, there's something kind of luxuriously frivolous about having petals and things all floating around in the water. But yeah, there is a mess at the end when you drain the water out, and you've got to obviously keep cleaning the plug hole. So that is something I love to do, and I think there's, yeah, so you've got the recipe in there as well from them about making your own bath bombs. And then we have obviously our desires and things, our pages, and then we're into December. So there's my daily practice with the moon diary. My monthly practice, of course, goes into here. And much the same as that page that you've just seen and pages that have gone ahead. So not a lot has gone on in here, but hopefully enough to inspire you with your own practice. Okay, so I let myself off the hook a long time ago about not finishing spreads, not creating spreads. And actually I stopped drawing spreads up in advance so that although I was like, yeah, I'll come back to that one. I'll do that another time in the month, another time in the year. Quite often I don't always, or it could be 12 months where I come back and think, yeah, I've got that page in that diary, I'll do that spread. So I just do what I need for where I'm at, if that makes a lot of sense to you. So here we have November. My word of the month is harmony, which, as you know, those who aren't aware, I do my solar return on my birthday, and I create cards for the whole year. And keywords was what I actually got from pulling all my cards ahead for my calendar. And so my keyword is harmony, and the 3 cards I pulled in order to create that kind of feeling and where I got this word from. So we have the 4 of Fire, a month of celebration of relationships, and it's also my 29th anniversary with my partner. Not married 29 years, together 29 years, as in we're that old. We courted for a bit, and then I agreed to be his partner. And then that's the anniversary that we celebrate, not I met you, you know, around the back of the bike shed on the whatever day of May. That's when we actually made it official. We're a couple. So that's our anniversary, which we take through and celebrate. And I have just wrote here, enjoy life's pleasures, which I have actually tried to do this year with our anniversary, although we couldn't do lots of stuff. I did actually try to take this on board subconsciously. It feeds into what we did to celebrate. So we have the 21 Field of Dreams, which is from the map. Oh, was it the Oracle's map deck from Colette Baron Reid? No, the full name of the deck's escaped me, but it's really good. Enchanted Maps Oracle. Anything is possible. You reap what you sow. Dream big, dream beautiful. Take action and experience the extraordinary. And to be fair, despite the energies of the month, that couple days we took out to enjoy our anniversary did feel extraordinary, and there were a few other moments, very small moments in the month, which were extraordinary, things that would never happen to me in a normal world. So there was some niceness despite the chaotics. And I had the Goddess card. So magic runs deep in your veins. Be wild, be free, and embrace your journey. And with all of that, we got harmony. Now, my daily tarots, I pulled out the Tarot Volatile. Didn't want to speak to me, so back on the shelf it went. And I ended up using the Vampire Tarot, which ended up becoming a whole thing. Then for my daily oracles, I had the Wisdom of the Elders. Daily oracle. Yeah, my daily oracle, I was going to use Wisdom of the Elders, which I ended up swapping and using the Earth and Bone Oracle instead. So they got swapped. And then my Lenormand I decided to pull out as a last minute, just to see, like, because I don't read Lenormand, I just wanted to start like tacking it into my practice to see how these cards work. So I've got that one. My weekly tarot is the Tarot of the Cosmic Seed, and then my weekly oracle was between Earth and Bone and Wisdom of the Elders, so swapped. My moon deck didn't get there, and my unplanned decks. So the Cosmic Seed Tarot I hadn't actually planned in, and that one became a regular and an unplanned, if you like. The Earth and Bone Oracle wasn't originally planned because I only had this much. I think it was just these two decks originally, and then these came in, and then the Lenormand became an unplanned deck. What else was I up to? So I'm still doing my Bewitched seasonal spread. Now I'm aware I haven't done prompt 7 yet, and I'm still working my way through it because, guys, it's a Bewitched seasonal spread. We are still in the season, so I did say it's going to take me a while, and that was part of my Witch-wise, so divination and crafting. So with the energies when they're off, I'm not going to push myself to create or do, or, you know, with the magical aspects of what's in that spread. I will wait until the time is right, which I think is what a lot of people who've been doing it have said when they've taken it on a slow pace, and I kind of agree with them. And being a seasonal spread, I can, you know, we've got creating, crafting, we've got family time coming up, so there's lots of it now that's going to feed right into December. So I think it's landing where it's meant to land for me. And when I do one, I will let you know, but I just haven't, because, you know, while it's not feeling right, why push the energies, I think. My Decan spread, as you can see, so I am 6 behind with the Decans now, I think. Yeah. Libra. Did I do the... See, there's a spread that I never got round to doing. I just need to come back to it. There we go. So I haven't quite filled in this one. Virgo, second Decan of Virgo. I haven't put my chakra in. So I do need to just go back. Oh, there we go. But I knew there was stuff missing. That's okay. So I need to go back into Virgo and complete some of my Virgo information. And obviously I've got Libra outstanding, Scorpio outstanding. I think we're in Sagittarius now, outstanding. But that's all right. It'll just be like, you know, when I've got a day to myself, I'll sit down and throw all the cards out on the table, take my pictures and update my digital journal. And then I can write, because I lay them out so I can get my keywords here. And then I can add those to those meanings of the cards. That's my basic idea, the concept behind it. Now then, my week ahead. So I've been just collaged. I know I had that phase where I was drawing. I don't have time. So let's make it simple, collaging. So this now takes less than maybe 7 minutes to throw onto a page and then write across it. All in all, this takes me probably half an hour. But the fact that I can get the page looking a little bit more interesting is what I like about it. So we have the 5th of November to the 10th of November. And here I was doing current situation, potential obstacles for my week ahead in work, and then advice to navigate the problems or obstacles and what it was thinking. Then my keyword here, harmony. So I put here harmony among thieves. I don't know where that came from. I question marked it. Truths to work together for the same goal. And I have used the Tarot of Vampires, Clair de Lune, and the Wisdom of the Elders Oracle for this one. So I didn't even use the planned weekly deck. So you can see everything was like everywhere. We have what does the Oracle say? So we had the Grandmother Moon and cycles, and then for my reflection, I use Tarot of the Cosmic Seed on my reflection. And we have, so what was the aspiration of the week? Things to move forward with from that week into the next week, and what else needs to be noted from the week. So we got that, and then the week 2 is the 13th to 17th of November here for me. And we have again, so I've done current situation with the potential obstacles, advice to navigate the issues, harmony, not discord, my oracle up here, and then my reflections. So it was just a 3-card drop to see what it said without any specific kind of question going with it. So here we used Cosmic Seed, Lenormand, and the Bone Oracle, and that's what these are in the blue. I think heart, sun, think that's Longmans. So I was layering a Longmans on top of the card that I had pulled to see. Really, I mean, I've just put, what the basic of the card means to see if I come back to it at all, but I haven't. And then for this spread, I've changed, have I? Yeah, so you can tell this one was in a hurry because it's just been like basically scrolled across page. 20th of November to the 24th, so the third week of November. What is their expectation? What is unrealistic in this expectation? And who can help me to be more realistic and help them manage expectation of me? And then Living in Sweet Harmony, that song lyric I've written down here. A jumper came out, so we had the defensive pose as the week bombards me, creating healthy boundaries for myself. And we had Cosmic Seed and Wisdom of the Elders Oracle. So I dropped the Longmans for this week. And then we have my 2 cards that came out with the Wisdom of the Elders. And this is really interesting, isn't it? I have actually written ahead of time. So when I put this down, I've written ahead of time, is there time to reflect? We are crashing into the Gemini moon and all the chaos of the cosmos. And I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. And that's it. I didn't get the last week of November in because it was so this weekend, so that's my last working day, and then I moved into the weekend and a couple of days off for myself and some leave and my anniversary, and then I basically went to work for Thursday and Friday, so I didn't feel bad about it at all, but equally I didn't even find time to put my own anniversary spread in here, which I have been doing for the last couple of years. And then ending as I started, so I started Richie at Longmans Tarot's Ogham spreads in end of January with 2 spreads back to back. So I was late to getting it in, and then I had, literally like finished one spread as the spread, the time capsule ended, and then the next one started. So in January we start with 2 together. Do you believe? Yeah. So January, 24th of December to the 20th of January, we had the birch tree, and then we went into the rowan tree for the 21st January to 17th of February. And I'm ending with the blackthorn, which is the 28th of October to 23rd November, and the elder tree being the 24th of November to the 23rd of December. So here they are together, which I think is quite poignant. This one, as you can see, I haven't been writing my reflections, my collective reflections about these, because I haven't been getting the hit. So I don't want to force those always. I've got one there, but I think there's another couple where I didn't have anything to sort of say on the spread. So I haven't written it. I've written the cards and what they meant here, but I haven't written here. But this one, for the last one, I have actually done that. And I will be honest, I did that today at the time of filming this, because I felt it was the right time to do it. So I have written down here, and this one, because we're now into the elder tree energy, his little kind of prayer or intention here is: Elder Mother, Queen of the Trees, at this darkest time of year, we are closer to the crone goddess. She who brings death and regeneration, guide us through these changes and show me what this has taught me. And then I've just added here my own little couple words, as it is stated, and then Richard finishes with so mote it be. So I just added as it stated, so mote it be. And weirdly for this one, I felt the need to answer my questions. So it's a 7-card spread. I think that's the biggest one he's done. What is fading? And I've actually wrote frivolity because my card one was celebration. What is regenerating? I've put the season and the earth. What crone wisdom do I need to learn? I've actually wrote appreciation here. What is my emotional state at present? I've put absent. Where can I find clarity? Self-appreciation through dance. How do I honour my crone energy? I've put attitude. And a message from the elder mother, which I haven't actually filled in, but this is my kind of capsule up. Now then, so let me just go back to absent. So anyone who's curious, what was my emotional state at present? Card 4. Card 4, I used the Wildwood Tarot, so it's not this image, but it's the Queen of Swords, which is actually the swan. And I've put absence, assessing with... what does that say? Assessing with astuteness, underlying sadness or disconnect. So it just felt like, so with the disconnect, astuteness, assessment, I just felt like the emotional states may be absent. So the heart isn't matching the mind. So everything's being ruled, kind of quite black and white, no grey areas with the mind here. So just the awareness that I'm probably, with Gemini moon, to be fair, being a Gemini, I am probably highly in my black and white down the line communication. So, and then what the month brought instead, I thought I would do this as a wrap up to my month, so it didn't feel like I hadn't done anything. Time poor, lots of exhaustion. Okay, done. Continued weird energy, making me feel disconnected. We've noted that. House stuff being completed and plastering. So I put little hearts on like wins. 29th anniversary, tree shopping and lights. Unfortunately, my nan fell and dislocated the hip. She's been in hospital now since the 23rd of November, which is adding to some of my chaos at this moment. But, trying to complete more exercise daily. Now, this is what's been affecting my morning card pulls and where I'm at with that, because I am trying to do movement. So I'm trying to do, say, 15 minutes of stretches and exercises in the mornings, because it's something I've not been able to do for a very long time due to my chronic illnesses. But I'm trying to do that for me, to make me feel healthier, to make my body feel healthier and stronger and strengthened, because we need to do that sometimes. So that's what's affected my then abilities to do everything else, because this is taking out a couple of my spoons. But that's a good thing, so life is changing, it's progressing. My friend had some really, well, she's a work colleague, so she's not a close friend, she's not my close immediate circle, but she's a work colleague who I worked with for many, many years, who still works in the same hospital as me, although she has now had to actually give up. And she has some really sad news with her cancer diagnosis. So she's stage 4 terminal cancer now. And before she started her chemotherapy, she wanted to do a raffle to raise some money for Little Princesses Trust. And that is to help build wigs and things for children with cancer. And she had her hair cut off for that as well. So that was amazing. So I managed to give lots of prizes for that. And my partner donated some prizes as well. And then I actually won prizes. Now, I never win anything on a raffle, so that was just like, not what I went there for at all. I did buy lots of tickets, of course, because I wanted to help support the charities and the raffles and everything. And I genuinely wasn't expecting to win anything, but I did. And so did the people that I purchased tickets for on the day that had given me money that couldn't attend. They all won something. So there was, again, there was like that gratitude moment of something somewhere, somebody giving back. We had... Here we go. Look, no anniversary spread completed. No last week ahead of November completed. I purchased myself to celebrate my anniversary a Moldavite necklace from Glastonbury Stone Glass. I can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, I bought a beautiful Moldavite necklace, and yeah, I love it. I had a generous gift from my mum. And I started making homemade soups, first time ever. So I've made some soups. That was really nice to do. And then we're into December. And you can see I haven't done my week ahead for tomorrow. So I'll do that at some point today. Right. Let's have a look at the decks and what they look like on the floor. So I'm going to go through the... If I do this one first, because you can all see it sat here. So this is the Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. And this one is here because I've been using it with my daily pulls in my moon diary. So if you can see here, I write words in the moons. And these are the words linked to the moon phase, stage of the moon or the moon phase. And it's these ones here. So I've just been using this to go through and take these keywords to see if they have any aspect or any notion or any influence over what's going on with either the cards that have come out of my deck on the day or the way that my day goes. Just curious. I pay no mind to them beyond, they're written in advance. And then I can go from there. The full moon is power, but there's also the moons that represent the full moons. So I think December's is called the long night moon of darkness, I think, although that does look like a dark moon. But I think because this is the only one in there that seems to correlate, so I think that's the one that we're working with. And then it just goes through the moon phases. And I love the artwork as well. So I was originally at the start of the year where I was keeping these cards up so that I got to enjoy the beautiful artwork. But that was just a visual thing for me, a visual concept. It wasn't actually doing... Sorry, I'm just trying to show you the keywords really rather than the images, but you probably all want to see the images, so that was pointless. But yeah, so that's the deck that I've been using. And the cards that I don't need, which are in here. So we've got the Sovereignty. I like the fact that there's a masculine in here if you want to use it. We've got the Blue Moon for the unexpected. We have one for attraction for the super moon. You've got then the, and then we go through, so we've got the Wolf Moon for hunger. Purity Snow Moon. Worm Moon. Egg Moon. I feel like we're in the Snow Moon actually, isn't this the Snow Moon? Anyway, so you got your Hot Moon, Thunder, Creative Moon, back to those. So that is that one, which I'm showing you now, rather than in a December wrap up. Then for my week ahead, let's have a look. So we had Tarot of Vampires, this one. We had the Clair de Lune Oracle, which is this one. And I've been using these cards for my keyword findings. As I say, I've not been doing a big deep dive into this. It's just these ones to help me read these ones. And we had Wisdom of the Elders Oracle. So by Sean Leonard, artwork by Tracy Metallic and Aaron Gugu. Reminds me of the Gugu dolls about to. Those are the backs on those ones. So as a whole, they actually went well together. Of course, what you would have seen is, for me, it would have been layered up. So you'd have seen 3 of these with 3 of these and 1 of these. But I think we can just, to get the gist of what's going on here. So we have Mountain, 10 of Wands, and the Great Spirit or Creator. But what I like is this actually sort of represents what you're seeing in the image here. I don't know if anyone else feels that, but I didn't take the significators out. I left them all in here. So I think I've got 4 significators in here. 2 for the man, 2 for the woman. So we have woman with the 4 of Wands and the breath and mindfulness. So perhaps if I was reading that, I might feel like this is me. So this is representative of me with the 4 of Wands and my own breath and mindfulness with the air, especially as I'm an air element. We have mice with the Wheel of Fortune and Grandmother Moon. So again, I wouldn't know what I was looking at for mice, so I'd come to these 25. No. 23. Loss, opportunistic individual, theft, undermine, undercut, infestation, damage, stress with the Wheel of Fortune. So that might warn me that a cycle of stress is coming to an end, or that I'm actually about to enter a cycle of stress with the cycles with the Wheel of Fortune. So we've got the cycles are here and we've got this kind of warning here. And we have the fox with the 8 of Wands and the respect for the bison and the buffalo here. And again, for 14, I'll just look it up just to see. And we've got job, trickster, deceitful manipulation, theft, imposter, clever. So because I'll be looking at my work, I might be wondering like what's going on with the job. So something about my job is going to bring in some new information. Or messages, like something's moving too fast for me within the work, or it's going to bring me respect. So it could be that there's some messages of respect coming my way based on my job, But do you see what I mean? Because I don't know how to read these. I'm literally like, so these are just like an extra out here, but I'd look at this and this. So I know I've got something incoming, and I need to link it to respect for the work, but it would be dependent on what my spread actually says. So my cards would have an actual, you know, reason for the card. Oh, my words. Right. So we've got that. Then we moved on to the Cosmic Seed Tarot. Let's take this one out. So the Cosmic Seed Tarot came out, which is this one. So this is the second edition. For everyone who wants to know what I did with that particular card, I did that. I put a bumblebee on there. I decided that instead of having the eight-legged arachnid, I would have a bee to indicate busy mind. So I can flip through the card without having a moment of panic. And then we had the Earth and Bone Oracle. So on that one, we had this one. I think what I've discovered is that the this edition is darker than the indie edition in the images. It feels like they're a bit darker. I could be wrong, but that's what I seem to be seeing when I'm looking at it on other people's channels. But it's okay. So I'll just get into some cards here. So here we have Man with the Lovers, and is the whole deck upside down? Yes, it is. And Shadow, Wholeness, Integration, Repressed Emotions. So with the Lovers and repressed emotions, I might feel like in a relationship of whichever one that this is related to, so this might be work related, that there is a relationship between me and a colleague or a team whereby I am repressing emotions because we're in a work situation, and that whole need to be professional. With the male significator, however, that might be one of the male colleagues underlying that, but I wouldn't be paying, again, at this point in my ability to read these, I wouldn't be paying too much mind to this. It's just on the side next to each card to see what I think as we go. So we have Lily with Action of Cups. So action is the Knights, and you have the element in these. And then we have Beast with Conflict, Competition, and Oppressors. So we know it's cups because it says so. So we know we're into a water suit. With the Beast, so we've got some conflict coming in or competition, and with the Lily. So I think Lily is like a nice thing. Aid, protection, sincerity, maturity, being a mature individual, father, grandfather, consistency, chastity. So I might pick out of here, consistency certainly feels like something you need to do if you're going to be actioning something. So you need to be consistent. And sincerity might also be required for this, along with some emotional maturity. I don't know about aid. Depend on, I suppose that'd be a reflective back for me, what was going on with the conflict competition. So there's definitely that maturity and consistency needed if this is going to be raising its ugly head in my week. So we have the Rider, which is actually the messenger, with the Messenger of Swords, Ancestry, Legacy, Tradition. So we're talking here about all the page. So the messenger, I believe, is the page. So with the Rider being the message, news, news messages. So we've got two lots of message here. Communication. So we've got communication, ancestry, legacy, tradition. So we've probably got some form of communication happening about the tradition, as in the grassroots of what I'm doing and why, and what we're expected in the workplace. Clover with the Ace of Coins and the wealth, prosperity, wealth, contentment, and abundance. So that's nice. We've got luck with the Ace of Coins, the material factors, and wealth, contentment, and abundance being suggested there. So that's another one of my weekly kind of looks here. And then the other one I did was I took that one away, and then we came back to the Cosmic Seed with the Wisdom of the Elders only, because I decided that the layering of the Longmans for the weeklies, I wasn't really doing anything with it, so it became pointless. So I took it away, pared it back down to a standard me spread. So here we have the Cosmic Seed card with the Wisdom of the Beaver. We could probably do this. So this is a gorgeous deck. So we have the Three of Cups with the Wanderer and the Stability, the Fall. So it's a seasonal card. Here we have the Hermit with our Two of Swords and the Spirit World. So that's quite interesting, isn't it? Like going inside that lone seeking. Here we're blindfolded, not sure what's going on. And then here we have Spirit World and Omnipresence. So again, you need to focus in on what's happening to work out what's going on around you. We have the green matching with the green and the blues. And we've got purples. So even in a colour moment, they are giving us some nice readings. And we have Death with the Ten of Swords and the card of Truth with the turtle. So slow moving. It's been, so the transition to get to the end of what's been causing troubles is slow moving, but the truth is in there. So, you're at the end, time to regroup and rebuild yourself. 7 of Coins, 8 of Coins, and 4 Love, Eagle. So that's another nice one, reaping what you sow, that hard work being put in. Love connection, I suppose, with love being on the other side of it. Right, so that's those. We'll just talk very briefly about what have I done here? Mixed up 2 oracle decks. We'll just talk very briefly about my dailies. So my dailies became this. Literally. Let's bring it out a bit, actually. Oh, wrong way. Right, so let's do this. Right, so my dailies became, like, what can I expect for today? So we got this. And then, what do I need to know about this? What else can I expect from this energy for today? Would be, one of the 2 prompts that I'd go with. And then say, depending on what I felt, like 1, 2, I think I was doing 3 because Lenormand, they say you should do 3 cards. So I'd pull 3 Lenormands to go with it. And then we'd pull a oracle card to go with. And this is what my daily started to look like. So hopefully you can see that. So I was building on this, and then this became my final advice. So I don't want to make it look like it's bigger than it actually is, but this is how we went. So here we've got 3 of Pentacles with fish, mice, and the moon. So 3 of Pentacles, so I can see already we've got like some work issues going on here. Of course, they were usually, my dailies throughout the week are to do with work. I want to know, what can I expect from the energy of work today? Here we go. What else can I expect from work today? Here we go. And then what advice have you got for me about this situation? Is here. So we already can see we've got like a work-esque issue happening here. So we've got some collaboration, some communication, some work, some kind of like building together. Building forces is stronger than not. And then we've got the 34 is the fish. So we have movement, money, prosperity, shopping, wealth. None of that would go with work, so I would stick with movement for work. So we've got 34, we've got fish with movement. We've got 23 is the mice. So we've got opportunistic individual, stress, possibly something undercutting or undermining a situation in work. And then we got the moon. Well, the moon usually means, hidden stuff, doesn't it? But for this one, actually, the moon brings in work, creativity, talent, job, dreams realized, intuition. So there, what I'm thinking is maybe I need to listen to my intuition about what I think it is that's causing the problems that we can't overcome as a group. So there's obviously a problem that we're coming together to try and solve. What is it? Why can't we get over it? So I'm going to follow my intuition, follow my gut instinct on what I think it is, and trust that the solution will come. And then here we have burrow. And the keywords on the burrow card is exhaustion, questioning, motivation, and realignment. So interesting that mice burrow as well, isn't it? So we've got burrow, but questioning. So following my gut, questioning what I think it is. What are the motivations behind what I think I'm questioning? And how can we realign what I'm questioning to make it work? I don't know. But that's just how I've been working this out. So I don't know if that is of help to any of you out there, but that's what I've been doing. Sorry, I'm just really trying not to get that in the light, but I can't avoid it because we're in the winter sun and there is no daylight. The daylight is evading us. So again, here we go. Look, 6 of Wands. I'm just going to throw down some cards to go with. So we've got the Anchor. The Anchor was actually a stalker card. Came out loads of times. Anchor with the Mountain and the Woman. And then Flight. So opportunity, prosperity, and new ventures with 6 of Wands. So we know we've got some recognition. We know we've got something kind of holding anchor. Let me just check this one. I should know what it means actually. Stability, steadiness, something fixed, dependable, long-lasting, permanent. 21 is an obstacle. So remote setting, boundaries, solitary, delays, blocks. So there is some kind of permanence, creating boundaries for this 6 of Wands for the recognition with the Woman, which maybe is me. So this would be maybe me needing to set the boundaries for permanent solutions to keep this in place. And then the Flight, opportunity, prosperity, and new ventures. So again, just kind of like leading into each other. So this was my dailies. It sort of worked in a really weird way for me. Sometimes these throughout, so I'm aware like the scythe means surgery. And sometimes these threw out some really weird things for me. That kind of made sense afterwards, but I would never have necessarily got that hit at the time. So if we take these away, and one of which was in work, as I've said, so my nan's in hospital as well, where I work, not on a ward that I work on. I don't work on wards, but she's in the hospital at which I work, the establishment, and I had the scythe. Let me just go back. Because it was kind of interesting for me. So this was where I realised, I know everyone talks about the Lenormand cards being quite exact. So on Thursday, so I had the scythe, the rider, and a woman. And we had like guidance with fate and decisive moments. So I was like, okay, surgery. Surgery popped straight into my head. Surgery, message, woman. And what actually happened was when I went to see my nan after work, she was being prepped to go to surgery to have her hip relocated because it dislocated again. And then I had the message from my sister, and the woman significator could be myself, my mum, my nan, my sister, of any of the people within which I kind of had dealings with that day. But so that was interesting. I kind of had in the back of my head, I bet Nan's going to surgery when I pulled the scythe. But I was like, no, because this is about my work card, which was for guidance and decisive moments. The decisive moment was me following up a request from my mum, which actually didn't go down well with my sister, because my nan lives with my sister, and she felt that she should have. Anyway, so there was another moment of discord there, but we're all good. It's all sorted. So I thought I'd talk about that. And then for the Ogham runes for Longmans Tarot, I've been using the Wildwood Tarot all year. So it'd be nice to get this deck into a different form of rotation now. The cards in this, the artwork is gorgeous. I've been using the keywords to jump from, which is another thing to do. And this was one of the ones I had. So 4 of both for celebration. And this was the one that asked me what is fading in the Elder Tree spread. So what is fading? Four of Bows celebration. I just felt that we are coming to the end of, because it's cold, people aren't, getting out and about with everyone. Everyone's getting a bit serious. So I felt like this happiness is disappearing at the moment in this world. It's getting a bit cold and everyone's getting a bit serious and a bit moody and a bit grumpy, including myself. So yeah. So those are the Wildwood Tarot. If you don't have this deck and you like connecting to nature and particularly like the lands around you as well, I recommend it. I think it's a really nice deck. It has different take on a lot of the cards. All of the court cards are animals, so it's about pulling in that animal nature. This one, look at this, Two of Bows for decision. I had this one come out as well. In my last spread for it wasn't today's spread, it was the previous month's spread. I had this one come out for empowerment, Five of Bows, empowerment. How cool is that for a card and for a keyword to come from? So I do use the book with this to help me understand better what I'm looking at and why that keyword. But yeah, it's an amazing deck. So and this one, here we go, Five of Vessels, ecstasy. Not what you normally get, is it? So Five of Vessels, ecstasy. Where can I find clarity? I've put self-appreciation and dance. I was thinking more along the lines of self-ritual here, but she is definitely doing a ritualized something with how she set herself up. But how different is this from your normal Five of Pentacles? So I really like this one. And I did write dance, release, let go, move to the beat of life. So just how it hits you slightly differently, and this is what I like about different decks and the ways in which they work and read and bring another nuance to the world. Now, my biggest disappointment was a Tarot Volatile. Beautiful deck, absolutely beautiful, but the cards, I don't know what it was, it just didn't want to read for me, whether I used it in the weekly or I used it in the daily. This was not ready to work for me right now. I think I said before, it feels like it sulks if I'm using other decks. Not with it, but if I'm using other decks and not just devoting myself to this deck. Because of my stubborn nature, I don't like things that do that, so therefore I just ignore it. So it's back on the shelf where it will sit until it feels like it's ready to talk to me. It's in timeout. So, gorgeous deck. Don't regret having it at all. I do have the book, I have the expansion pack. Yeah, so this one I thought was going to be a big player this month. Turned out not so much. Right. Okay, we're over the hour mark, so I'm now going to just move on to the new things that have come into the house. I was trying to be discerning. One thing I did want to talk about is my stickers. I bought these 2-3 years ago for journaling, so it's just the RWS stickers. And I bought 1,000. They came on sheets, and I had 10 of each. This is all that's left of my original purchase, and I've condensed them down now onto here. And these are, so it shows me like the Eight of Cups hardly ever came out. The Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. In fact, lots of cups in general didn't come out. So not a lot of emotion in my spreads. But I just thought that was kind of interesting to do, was I condensed it all down. But what I also have done is I have, because I moved into this one for the cards that I'd run out of. And it was interesting to see things like the Magician is a regular card for me. The Four of Wands is a regular, and I had the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles are really frequent flyers in my spreads. So there's one missing there, and I've put in, so I've started to infill some of the gaps with Magician's missing in there, look, with the cards that were missing for me. And I just this one's a mismatch of lots of different cards shoved in here, because you can see loads of Temperances and things. So I'm just getting them off my sheets so that I didn't have so many bits of paper. So that's my, where did they come from? I've talked about them loads of times. Actually, if you just type it into Etsy, they should come up. Can't find the name of the company that I got these from now. Sorry, I apologise to the company, but I've talked about them loads. Decks that came in, so I wasn't going to, and then I did, and I also ordered this gorgeous bag, version 1 of the Serpent and Peacock, because now the gang's all here, right? So it comes with the gorgeous gold sparkly gilding, bordered edges, no keywords on this one. Nice and glossy. This is it's got a really nice feel to the weight of the cardstock behind it. So this one is really nice. I've done a flip through of all 3 decks side by side now for anyone that wants to see them. It was this card. This card doesn't fit the deck. I know that. The age of this artwork doesn't match the rest of the artwork. That's why it doesn't exist in any of the other decks. But I do like the card. I do. Couldn't help myself. And the tone of the deck is slightly different. The colouring is slightly different, saturation and everything. So I did get that one as an extra treat to myself, because obviously if you're paying for postage to come across, then you might as well order the bag as well, I think. But what a beautiful, beautiful suede bag that is. So we got that, and the other one, which was on Kickstarter. So I backed the Kickstarter, and then Carol Ann offered those of us that had the edition, the availability. She had 3 of these, I think, that were early arrivals at her house before the rest were ready to go out for shipping. So I managed to get this one, so because I replied, to do a flip through of it earlier than the rest of the Kickstarter backers. But I had backed, okay? And that's how I got this one ahead of some other people. But it wasn't out for pre-order, so you had to, obviously to get it, you had to back it. And this is the Mood of the Moon Oracle. It's got the elements on the sides. It works with the sun. I haven't got into all of that yet. Have I shuffled the whole thing up? Yeah, I think I have now. But yeah, so this deck is something that is on my desk ready for me to start using and working with and understanding. But obviously I needed to wait for the whole Kickstarter to finish so I can then start looking at the live map of the sky, so I can match all this to the live map of the sky, and then you map the moon and the sun, and then you read the elements and the glyphs and things that are in the card to get more information out of it. So I'm looking forward to kind of having a go with this and seeing what happens. For the moment, just read it as a oracle deck, you know, whatever cards on top that the keywords mean the most to me. So that's the other deck that came in. These were obviously Kickstarter, and then because you get these with the Kickstarter, but then I did this one, and then I bought this as an added extra from her website. So other new things in my life. The Kaleidoscope of Crystals, the Melody book. Oh my god. So it's secondhand. It's been on a shelf. It's been used. I don't care. I just wanted this book for a sensible price, okay? Did I need this book? Yeah, maybe I didn't. But I wanted it. I can't remember. I just typed in one day into Amazon or Google search, I think it actually might have been, for this book. I can't remember where this one came from. It's secondhand. It could have been World of Books or anywhere now at this point in time. I really can't remember. But what I've discovered with this book is, for those who don't know much about it, is it's got so much information about each stone and its correspondences and the music to go with it and the hertz at which they vibrate, and so much information that is why I have this here. So like Dibentite vibrates to number 4. Things like that you don't get in other books. Astrological sign of Pisces. Lots of really good information in these books. That is why I have this. And I'm really pleased I've got it. So this is a reference book, sits on my reference shelf. and, you know, it'll be looked up as and when I need to look into it. So we've got that one. Owl Moon 513, is it? 315, 513, has been talking about red lipstick. I do like red lipstick. I have a couple of red lipsticks, but I wanted a new red lipstick. So she sent me down a little rabbit hole of, she started talking about Decan, finding your kind of inner goddess, finding your inner glamour, finding your inner you. And this kind of makeup and things I love, although I don't have the right kind of face style to pull it off. I don't know, maybe I do, but I just wanted to find my kind of inner glamour. And there's lots of makeup tutorials in here which you can play with. I mean, I'm not a false eyelashes girl, so I'm never going to be sticking false eyelashes on myself. I do sometimes wear red nail polish, but it was just nice to find the confidence to go and get that red lipstick. So I've got a couple, but this is a really nice book from Dita. I think she's kind of controlled all of it, all of how it's been made. Just to help embrace that inner feminine, right? So I'm in my late 40s. I do live in sweats most of my life. I have dogs. We're always building stuff, but I just wanted to add some extra. So Angelina Jolie, her makeup, the essence of, so she's Gemini. She's not far off my birthday, actually. We're quite close. So the essence of her, like how she presents herself with that kind of naked look, but the red strong lip, the beautiful crystal pair of earrings, that is who I am underneath all of this. That person is who I'd like to put out into the world. So I've got this, and I might see, you know, there may be some really good bits in here, but I do like a good art book anyway, a good coffee table book. What girl doesn't like some like tips and tricks? So yeah, again, it's a reference. I'll go in and out of it. I don't read books, for those who've noticed. I haven't got time. I pick them up, I flick through, I read what I want for the page, and then I throw them back on the shelf for another couple of years until I pull them up again. And then out of my garage, this was in storage. It's been in storage for a while. I've had this for years. Obviously, the front cover's missing, and I mean years. It originally came from somewhere in Devon. I didn't get it from there. I think I got it, somebody gave it to me, or I don't even know where I got this from. Maybe a charity shop. I honestly can't tell you how this got into my hands, but I know I've had it for 20 years or more, maybe, feels like. And this is something that I did read, and I did used to look into. So this is Linda Goodman's Love Signs, for those of you that like astrology. This is it. This has so much information. It's got tiny, tiny text. And she goes through the star signs and how they are as matches. So this is where, when I say to you, like, I used to read star signs and things, I used to read the newspaper star signs every day. And then I loved like looking up compatibilities, like who are my friends? How do we match? What do we like headbutt on? And this is the book that I would have read to learn about how I interact with other people, my interactions with them. Not about why are they so annoying to me. It's more about like, why is this happening? Like, so I'd read this to see if I could get some insight, gain some insight. And you had like your love sign combinations. And it was really, really cool, because I looked up why me as a Gemini female gets on so well with my Aquarius male. And it also highlighted perhaps some of those areas where both their signs, both a bit too science-brained, fail in some ways, but actually make really, really great partners. So yeah, Linda Goodman's Love Signs, for anyone who's into astrology, divination, curiosity, love signs, and wants to know a bit more. I recommend going and finding yourself, if you can get this secondhand now, this one, but it's a big book. She does everything in here, like every star sign match. Blending of the elements, personality types. So she talks about your cardinals, your fixed and your mutables, positive masculine, negative feminine signs. So positive masculine signs, bit aggressive, dynamic and idealistic. But here we have Gemini and Aquarius. Like, again, it just makes me laugh. However, we complement each other beautifully when one's feeling frivolous or too frivolous, too free, the other one holds the other one back. Not holds them back in a bad way, but you know, puts the reins on a little bit, like keeps control of the purse strings while one's going out spending, and then vice versa, it swaps. It's dangerous when we're both in that mood, because you know, goodness only knows what we would come back with. Last time we did that, we come back with a £6,000 set of sofas, because we went out and had our like first shop bought coffees, high as kites on caffeine. Went to the shop next door to kind of walk off the energy that we had, and yeah, look what happened. So yeah, we do like to kind of be each other's safety nets. And you've got your sun patterns, so loads in here that I, you know, the backbone to how I got to understand star signs, really. And I completely forgot about this book until it came out. It's been in storage probably for the best part of 10 years now. But yeah, so right, I'm sorry that was so long. I will leave you all, love you all, and wish you all the best. Take care, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.